In this video, we'll explore one of the most intriguing. Tracing the genealogies from Adam to Jesus gives us approximately 4,000 years leading up to the first coming of Christ. From the resurrection of Jesus until now, roughly 2,000 years have passed. Together, that makes 6,000 years, 6 prophetic days. According to this pattern, creation itself is standing on the edge of the 7th day, the time of divine rest that the book of Revelation describes as the 1,000-year reign of Christ on earth. It's a remarkable design that reveals God's perfect symmetry and timing. Just as he worked for 6 days and rested on the 7th, so too has humanity labored for 6,000 years under the weight of sin and struggle, awaiting the coming Sabbath of peace and restoration. But this timeline isn't just symbolic. It connects directly to the next major prophetic event, the rapture of the church. The Apostle Paul wrote in 1 Thessalonians that believers will be caught up to meet the Lord in the air, an event that will occur before the great tribulation and final judgments come upon the earth. Scripture gives us examples to help us understand this pattern. Enoch was taken before the flood, spared from the destruction that came upon the world. Lot was rescued from Sodom before fire and brimstone fell. Jesus himself said in Luke 17 that the coming of the Son of Man would be just like those days, judgment following the removal of the righteous. Revelation 3:10 further confirms this promise, where Jesus declares that those who keep the faith will be kept from the hour of trial that will come upon the whole world. If we look at the signs around us, global unrest, moral decline, natural disasters, the rebirth of Israel as a nation, and the rise of technology capable of fulfilling end-time prophecies, they all align with what the Bible said would mark the closing of the age. The timeline and the signs are converging. Every passing year brings us closer to that prophetic threshold where the church is removed and God's final plan for the nations unfolds. This isn't fear-mongering. It's a wake-up call. The prophetic clock has been ticking since Eden, and every generation since has played its part in this divine story. It's not a random sequence of events, but a design rooted in divine order. The same God who spoke light into existence in Genesis and orchestrated every covenant and prophecy throughout Scripture has also set the boundaries for human history. The 7th millennium, the Sabbath rest of creation, isn't just a poetic image. It's the fulfillment of a cosmic pattern that began at the dawn of time. From a faith perspective, understanding this timeline deepens our awareness of the urgency of the times. It shifts the way we view world events and personal priorities. Each prophecy fulfilled, each moral and spiritual shift in society, each movement in Israel as history, all of it signals that God's plan is reaching its culmination. The rapture is not a distant concept for future generations, but a real event that could unfold at any moment. The prophetic framework isn't meant to spark speculation about dates or times, but to inspire readiness, faith, and awareness. What makes this timeline especially profound is its consistency across Scripture. From Genesis to Revelation, we see the same divine rhythm: 6 periods of work, 1 period of rest. 6,000 years of human toil, followed by 1,000 years of peace. The Old Testament foreshadows it through the creation week and the Sabbath commandment. The New Testament confirms it through prophetic revelation. Even history itself reflects this symmetry as we witness the fulfillment of prophecies that were once thought impossible. When we connect all these threads together, the genealogies, the prophetic days, the signs of the times, and the promises of Christ, a clear picture emerges. The world is approaching a divine transition, the moment when human history gives way to God's eternal kingdom. The rapture of the church stands as the next great event on this timeline, the signal that the 6th day has ended and the 7th is about to begin. The parallels between creation and redemption are unmistakable. Just as God completed his work and rested, Christ will soon complete his work of redemption and bring creation into its Sabbath rest. For those paying attention, this pattern offers both assurance and urgency. Assurance because it reveals that God is in control of time and history. Urgency because it reminds us that the window of grace is closing and the final chapter is about to begin. The Apostle John recorded Jesus' final promise in Revelation, "Surely, I am coming quickly." Those words aren't just prophecy. They are a guarantee from the one who holds all time in his hands. The signs confirm it, the timeline supports it, and faith compels us to watch, prepare, and believe.